Welcome viewers. So today just I will got away from stanza 3. The stanza 3, so that is a chief settle. Our good father in Washington, for I presume he is now our father as well as yours. Since King George has moved his boundaries and further north, and our great and good father. So here, our good father in Washington. So our good father means George Washington, the president of Washington or America during the times. So our good father, great father, he is. And for I presume he is now our father as well as yours. So here, just the chief settle explains about the significance and the importance or the guidance of the George Washington and has moved his boundary, and also King George has moved his boundaries further north, our great and good father. So here, great and good father, this treatment is given to, this symbolizes the, that is called good father and also the great father. Means it symbolizes the authority, the powerfulness of George Washington during the times. And King George means King George III, just during his reign or ruling time. Here given the symbolization of this kind of indication is given outrightly and magnificently in terms of his ruling times, because the male dominance during the time, not the female ones, means it just indicates the authority of the white settlers or the white Americans, the powerfulness. It refers the token of powerfulness and the authority and the grandeurs of the white Americans during the time. So I say sense such words that if we do as he desires, he will protect us. His brave warriors will be as to a bristling wall of strength. Bristling wall of strength means huge strength, mammoth, that is called the strength and ability, powerfulness, power packed, that is. So means as long as we carry out his orders and his also wills, his desires, then he will protect us. Otherwise, he will not. He won't have that. So here we can only understand that his attribution towards our safeguards, safety, protection under his control, under his guidance, and under his, that is called the clutches, and the wonderful ships of war, that is fill our harbors and show that our ancient enemy is far to the northward. Means their warriors also will protect us. Their brave men also will protect us. And they will save our lives. They save our valued or precious lives. Because we have already extended our hands towards them for cooperation and for also prosperity and developments. And they have given also the assurance to just protection and also the safeguard for our life. But on the brink of one situation, on the pretext of the one situation, at the precursor of the one condition, that is, we must follow their orders and their advices. Then they will protect us from the danger and from also any kind of circumstances that may be. Let's say there's persons, the warriors will save us from the danger and will cage to frighten our women, children and old men. And will cage to frighten. They will just start fearing. They will start also frightening just for us. Because they will become fearful to us, because they will protect us. The white Americans will protect us from that attacking natures of our the old enmity with other tribes. So that is our God, the Great Spirit, seems also to have forsaken us. Here, the Chief Shuttle has also very nicely depicted about this. Means the Great Spirit. Great Spirit means the Supreme God, the great spirituality. That is, the Supreme God is also our God. Seems also to have forsaken. Forsaken means abandoned or deserted us. If our God just would protected during the time, then just we would have just got saved from the attacks or the wars of the white Americans. So that's why our God did not also help us during our needy hours. That's why that He also could not protect us from the danger of the attacks of or the brutal attacks by the white Americans. So that's why our God also have forsaken us, abandoned us, rejected us. That is, deserted our hopes, aspirations, ambitions, just tumbling to the ground. And your God makes your people work stronger every day. And your God means it is that is called the white settlers God, white American gods, that makes your people work stronger. Works once it melts, it expands from one place to another place very quickly. That's why the white American strength is going to be stronger and stronger thus day by day. They are becoming strength to strength just day by day. They are become the solidification day by day. And soon they will be find all the land. Means they are the number soon will be increased very drastically and rapidly, leaps and bounds, and they will fill the gaps every corner and part of the country. And our people are ebbing away like a rapidly receding tide that will never return. Just rapidly receding. Receding means retreating, moving back. Such like the tide, just after coming front, when it's going back. Going back means it is just systematically. It is going backwards, and there is no hope, no expectation of returning front again or coming back soon again. So there is no prospect, no hopefulness about that. So like this, our races is going backwards, is going diminished, is going to be just got down and also decreasing in numbers. So there is no hope of returning again just in considerable amount of numbers. So that is the white man's God cannot love our people or he would protect them. So that is the American whites God, the white people's gods will never protect our children, will never protect us from the danger. And they seem to be orphans and who can look nowhere for help. They means that is the American natives. American natives, they just look like the orphans. That is, they means parentless, no father, no mother. Who will take care of them? Everywhere they look for help. Everywhere they cry for help. Painfully, emotionally. But no one helps them in that time. No one comes forward and extends the help, just the hand of cooperativeness and also the helpfulness. But he is alone, solitude. Nobody is back up to help him in the needy hours of the time. And just how miserable the situation, how pitiable the situation is that. So how then can be we brothers? So there is no chance of brothers. Brother means under the cup of the blue sky. And the nature has created the all living and non-living things. And non-living things also, they are part and parcel of our life. They are not lifeless, even if they seems to be lifeless. But they have also the life. We should regard them. And we should also show our respects and love and affections towards them. So that is because they share in our joys and sorrows also. So that is, so how can the friendship, how can the brotherhood, we can continue between the two races. Not possible. So how can your God become our God and renew our prosperity and awaken in us the dreams of returning greatness? So returning the greatness means how can the greatness will again come back? So how such kind of situation will, normalcy situation will come back? So original situation will come back. So there is no hope at all about that. Only we cannot renew our prosperity. We cannot return again. We cannot come back our glory and prosperity and also the development. Because it cannot never rise in our hearts. It can never awaken in our hearts so that we can get our glories back. So it is no chance at all. So that's why. So here the Chief Settle has given or demonstrated just his views upon this regard. So nowadays, your religion was written upon the tablets of stone by the iron finger of your God, so that he could not forget. Your religion was written upon the tablets of stone by the iron finger of your iron finger. Iron finger means very hard, very strong, very firm, and very solid. No chance of any also breaking down. So that is means there the religion is so strict because they are so adherent to that. They follow that. That is, you can never just come back from that the rail tracks. You can never come back from that tracks because that is called the 10 Commandments that to be followed by the white Americans. Means that is so rigid in nature, that is not flexible, so rigid, and that is so hard, that is called, and that is so strict. Then they had to also followed by the that is called the religion structures, that is called the institutional religious structures that was made by the that is called the white Americans. But in case of that is called the American tribes, they don't have the same. Their religion is not so strict, not so hard, not so rigid, which they have to follow just on these inscriptions. Means that is written just on the where that is written, that is written tablets of stone, that is written on the stone tablets. Anyhow they have to follow that. The order that they have to follow, the system they have to follow, because otherwise they cannot have just means they cannot have any excuse from that. So that's why the red man could never comprehend or remember it. That's it. That is called the red Indians means that is called the white Americans. That is they can never understand. That is never comprehend. Neither remembering nor also understanding that. That is too difficult for them, for the red Indians or the native tribes to follow that. And it is our religion is the traditions of our ancestors. Here means that Chief Settle is telling, but our religion is quite different, quite separate from your religion. Because we have the traditions, we have got our religion from our traditions. Tradition means that is called our customs or beliefs. It is not made just to be followed by the institutional, that is called the laws or the institutional religious policies. But that is in our heart of the people. We follow, that is written in our hearts. Because we have got it from our traditions, our cultures, our beliefs, and our customs, which have our forefathers, our ancestors just have made for us. Only we feel that, and only we sense that, and only we understand that in our hearts only. We can read that policies, we can read that principles within our hearts, amidst our hearts, not by the written orders or the written orders on the stone tablets, by the iron hands. Because our religion is so flexible, only our person can realize. Very simple in nature. we realize very well, understanding very well, because that is written within our heart, in our heart, and we have got it from our forefathers, from our ancestors. That is the way of life of the people, because that the transmission of this belief, this custom, this glory from our ancestors and forefathers we have got from, and thus that is the very visions of our schemes and written in the hearts of the people. That is the visions, means the path of our lives, and also the designing of our lives, and also the successful our schemes, the development, the prosperity. We are very closely attachment, greatly associations with our the ancestors and our forefathers, because they have their dreams for us, and they have also their glories which awakens in their hearts for us. That's why we have got our religion from our ancestors. Means that is so flexible, and our heart can only read that. Our heart can also understand that. So what is the nature of our religion? But here is comparison is aptly suitable, and it is quite fantastic also. So I think up to this today. So the next, the remaining the stanza just I have to be explained in my the later classes. Still then, have a good day and thank you all, and bye bye too.